Here we go. All right. Tonight we are talking about resilience. Just talking about this current climate, but we got a special guest. Like, I'm super excited to have my boy JD on it. All right, here we go. We're back at it. So we're waiting for JD. We got some like good questions planned tonight. Thank you guys for continuing to be engaged. Thank you guys for like just being who you are right now, right? And like just trying to stay positive, because this platform is about positivity. And again, like having JD on tonight is just another level of that positivity. So I'm waiting for him to get on right now. I'm gonna try to reach out to him, see where he's at. Where you at, Jay? Let's see. I don't know what's happening right here. There he is. All right. All right, we're waiting.
Hey,
Bro, there you are.
how
You
are
hear
you,
me?
man? Yeah, I can hear you. Can you hear me?
I'm good. Yeah. I can hear you. I can see you. You're
Good.
all dark over there, bro. What's happening?
It's a beautiful night, man.
It is a
It's
beautiful
nice.
night. Yeah.
It's nice. It's clear. Man, it's just beautiful. I'm a big fan of summer nights. It feels like a summer night. I
Right.
know we're
No.
not. I don't think we're there yet, right?
Yeah. We're in it, bro. But I mean, the world is
Yeah.
continuing, right? Like, no matter what people want to think, the world is still going like that.
I feel like we've been put on timeout, and it's still going. So, how have you been?
Yeah, I'm good, bro. Everything's good. Just continuing. I'm really happy that you decided, to come on. We got like a lot of dope questions. The fans have been raving about it. So just thank you, bro, for continuing to be that positivity and for sharing and for like just using this platform to share with people and to inspiring people like you do.
Dude, man, thank you so much. For doing what you do and just for inviting me to be a part of it, man.
Of course.
I was watching your lives and you talking about the prison systems
Right.
and just your experience, and I think it's really important, man. I just think I was really falling in love with what you're doing, and so when we talked, I was just like, man, yeah, it'd be great to just, I don't know, just make people feel like they're not alone, and to let them know that
Yeah.
we're just like them.
Yeah.
And
No, and I
and
think that's really yeah. Go ahead.
no, just gonna say, like, we're not
Yeah.
doctors, we're not psychiatrists, but we're human beings, and maybe we could share some
Right.
light on just like how we've been doing where we go, the things that we hold on to. Maybe it helps somebody.
Yeah.
I don't know. You
Yeah,
know.
no, for sure, bro. And I think like, like on this platform that we're on sometimes, like it's like we're on another world, right? But I think it's key to what you said right now. Like, we're human beings, right? And we all have similar circumstances, emotions, and I think that that's what we're gonna try to bridge tonight. So, if you don't mind, I'm gonna get straight into it, bro. Like, there was mad questions, but I had to like
Yeah, let's go.
just kind of like just just throw it out there and hope that we cover all areas. And so this is coming from Maddie E77, right? So she wants to know, how do you stay highly spirited during these times of adversity? What do
That's a
you
great question.
what are we doing right now to, yeah, right. And we talked a little
That's
bit
that's a
like a
that's
couple
a
days ago, right? Because yeah,
Yeah, no,
go
I
ahead.
mean, that's a great question, because I mean, it depends on what you believe, right? But you and I believe in the
Mm,
spirit. You and I believe that we are
that's
spiritual
yeah.
beings first.
Yeah,
And it's all
yeah,
about a balance. You have to take care of your spirit, your body, and your mind.
right.
If the balance is off, then you could easily, go off. And for me personally, I believe in God, man. My
Mm,
mother introduced me to she taught me about Jesus Christ when I was a
Wow.
child, you know, and she made sure that I study that, or I would read the Bible. And you know what's funny, because even as a man today, I still find that when I'm not doing something, when I'm not taking that time to be alone with my spirit, to be alone, whether it's prayer, whether it's meditation, you know, whatever it is that you want to do,
Right.
if you're not taking that time to check in and to acknowledge that, you lose a lot of power right there. You know, for
Right.
me, when I
Right.
don't do that, I feel like I just took the cord out of the socket. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like
Right.
I
Right.
feel
Right.
like I'm just floating. And then when I just float, I'm at the mercy of my mind and my emotions.
Right.
And
Right.
with this whole, you know, when COVID started hitting and everybody first, right? There was like the grocery stores, the you know, supermarkets,
Mm.
Target, whatever it was, like
Right. Right.
people were like mass buying. Um, they
They
were,
were losing
you
their
know,
they were losing their shit. They were tripping.
you could you could feel it,
Yeah, they were
man.
losing.
You could feel it.
Yeah, yeah.
And it's so easy to, I think, get caught in those waves, you know. And then and so for
Mm.
me, like my biggest source is I always have to start off with that, you know.
Right, right.
But it's
Right. Yeah, no, same here, bro. And I think also like the circumstances that we work in, right? Like most people don't know, like if you're not grounded. Hey, is it sounding choppy on your end or is it just my end?
I see you freezing a little bit.
I'm
Yeah,
freezing,
you
right?
there?
This sucks.
I see
Yeah,
you
I'm there. I
freezing a
hear
little
you. Go
bit.
ahead.
Is it me
Well,
out
I
here?
think it's if I'm freezing over there, then that's on you. But you're freezing on my end too, so it's on me too.
Oh man, I don't know. It's our connection.
Yeah,
Is it our connection?
maybe. But anyhow, I mean, as long as we could hear each other and see each other vaguely, then right, we'll keep it moving.
Yeah, yeah, but okay, so just in case people miss that, I guess what I was just saying was, how do I stay spiritually grounded, or what do I do for my spirit? And I think that for me, um, you know, I'm a believer in God, and I believe in the spirit. So I try to, um, if I don't spend time doing that first, however long it is in the morning,
Right,
if I don't spend time in the day just kind of checking that out, then I feel like I'm at the mercy of everything that I'm hearing, everything that I'm feeling, and I can go in all sorts of different directions.
right, right. Yeah, no, definitely, bro. Thank you for that. And same here, and I think that's like why me and you have clicked in such a beautiful way, right? Because we know that, right? And
Yeah.
just always but first of all, like what most people don't know, what I love about you too, like where you from? Where did you come from?
I grew up in Panorama City. I grew up
There you go.
in San Fernando Valley. I was
All
born
right.
in the Kaiser Hospital right on Woodman
Right.
and Roscoe.
Right.
Um, I grew up on Chase
Yeah.
Street. I don't want to give a street because my mom still my mom still
Yeah,
lives
yeah,
there.
yeah, 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 yeah.
So does my sister. But
But what I,
but I grew up
you
on
you kind of
like
grew up
Chase
in
and
the
Van
hood. It
Nuys.
was like you yeah, you seen like you
Yeah,
kind of seen the
yeah,
hood, right? Yeah, and
yeah,
and that's what I
yeah. That's
think.
where I
Like
grew up,
like
man.
like most people like most people don't know, right? Like you didn't just magically appear right here, bro. Like it was really a transition and a journey that you have underwent. That I know, like you're my boy now, so like I know we shared those stories, right? But I think that it's so inspiring, bro, to know that like a brother, a man from these streets, made it. You get what I'm saying? Like when we
Yeah.
came from the same era, right? Like a lot of our friends didn't make it, right?
Yeah, it's so true. You know, it's like I was never in a gang, you know, but I had that around
Yeah.
me, and I tried to like we tried to start gangs, just
Right.
because that's what you did,
Yeah.
um, and but here's what kind of kept me in check. My father, and you and I talked about this, right? It's your environment. My father was a cop for over 30 years,
Right.
LAPD, and he worked
Mm.
the gang
Right.
division, and he was also in the
Right.
Marines. And so he was a real strict, always on me. And so I had like a fear
Right.
about always kind of getting in trouble. But then something happened. My dad left our house when I was 13 years old, and it was just my mom and my sisters and I at the house, and I was
Mm.
really angry. At that
Right.
age, you don't even know what it is to be a man. I didn't have that sort of figure, I thought that being a man meant like you hit things or you yelled and got mad,
Right. Right.
because I'm learning from the street, I'm learning how kids act at the park, how men act at the park.
Right.
Um, but that's where I was so passionate about movies. I fell in love. Movies for me was like an escape. Every Friday night, my mother would take me to my sister and I to Blockbuster or to like some video store at the corner, and we each rent a
Right.
video, and we would always watch movies, and I was just such a fan of that, and I wanted to be an actor so bad
Wow.
that that vision get stopped, you know. I had friends that were either going to jail. I had friends that were getting girls
Mm.
pregnant, as a teenager,
Right.
and then I saw how they're
Yeah.
like what happened to them, and I was like, you know, we all have opportunities as human beings, so I don't get too far into race,
Right.
um, because I never want to act or feel like I'm a victim.
Right.
Okay, but the fact is that as a minority, you're not allowed many mistakes.
Mm. Mm.
You know, you
Right. Right.
they're hard to come back. They're hard to come back from. And so for
Right.
me, I just felt like I had to be very careful with, who I ended up hanging out with and what I did. I was always aware of where I was going, thinking a little bit about how much trouble I could get into, and ultimately, is it going to stop me from becoming an actor?
Yeah. Yeah. Who were the people that you connected with, right? Like who were your inspirations at that time you wanting to be an actor?
Obviously, at first for me, it just started with movies. As a kid, you watch like Top Gun, and,
Right.
and I wanted to be a fighter pilot. I wanted to join the Air Force, and
Right,
then you
right,
watch
right, right.
Karate Kid, and then
Right.
I wanted to be a martial artist, uh,
Yeah.
and then, I think it was at 15, I was going to Van Nuys High, and Legends of the Fall came out
All right.
with Brad Pitt, right?
Yeah.
And everybody's freaking out about Brad Pitt, and there's like beautiful long hair and all this stuff, and like my sisters and everybody. And what that did for me, that was like, what it was, brother? It was like, that was like the James
Uh,
Dean of our time. Not that he was an
right.
actor like James Dean, but the
Yeah.
image of for
Right.
me of that became the image of making it in Hollywood, you know?
Wow.
And
Wow. Wow.
so
Wow. Yeah.
I had that powerful image in my head, and then I was just, I want to do that. I want
Yeah.
That's when craft came in. You have to, how do I fit in it? So
Right.
for me, I just felt like, well, you study history, right, at school, so why not study the
Right.
history of film? Why not go through all the great
Right.
movies? Why not watch the great actors, Marlon Brando, James Dean, and then like, you hear things about Benicio del Toro or Edward Norton or whoever it was. Like, I would just feed my mind by watching great movies with great actors and great performances. And they became my
Yeah.
teachers because I couldn't go to an acting school. I didn't go
Right.
to an acting school, you know?
So that was the beginning of it right there, right?
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
That's where it all started for me.
Yeah, no, that's beautiful,
Just
bro. That's where it all started.
and and
And what
and I
people
became I
don't know. Wait up, what
yeah.
people don't know. You hear me? What people don't know
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
about you, you're like the encyclopedia when it comes to movie. You're like the encyclopedia when it comes to movies, and that's one of the things that I love about you. Like you could like being on set with you. Like I could name a movie and you could just give me a scene.
Yeah.
Are you hearing me over there? All right.
I can hear you. Yeah, yeah.
I
Wait
know
for
it.
a second. Yeah, no, I
Yeah.
heard you.
Yeah.
Um,
Yeah.
yeah, I'm a nerd. I'm a nerd. It's like the way you might
You're,
feel
you're,
about animals, or the way somebody might feel about space or science or English. It's like for me, I love movies. As a kid, I just love how it made me feel, and maybe a part of that was escape. Maybe I was escaping my own emotions
right.
as a child, and trying to distract myself from my parents' divorce and my relationship, my conflict with my father, um,
Right.
and feeling like in the hood, like I was alone. I was alone. You know,
Right.
I mean,
Yeah.
I couldn't find an actor that came out of Panorama City. There
Right.
was
Right.
no
Right. So true.
blueprint.
So true.
There wasn't a path. So for me, what became so important, and I think I was doing this without even knowing, but I just kept feeding my mind and feeding myself information with film and actors, great actors, and movies and all of it, man.
Good, good. Thank you, bro. Thank you for that. I'm gonna keep it moving, right? So I got another question. All right,
Yeah.
so here's a question from Christy Pulse. And it says, what has been your biggest battle and how did you get it to help you on your journey to acting? And I know we kind of like worked around it right now in the beginning, but like yeah, that's what she wants to know. What was your biggest battle, Jay?
I mean, dude, we could do a couple hours on that one, right? I mean, it's my biggest battle.
Yeah, yeah.
There are a lot.
I mean, yeah,
Um,
yeah. I mean, if you
okay,
want, I mean,
okay.
we'll
You
just
know what?
keep it
Here's
moving, bro.
here's
If, it, ma-
something.
if you're
No, no,
vibing
no,
with
no,
it,
no, no, no.
go ahead.
Here's something that might help people. At least something that I feel
Go
like
ahead.
I can probably share with them.
Uh huh.
Um, I had just okay. I I was having a real hard time. Like I went after I did the movie The Burning Plane with Charlize Theron and Jennifer Lawrence, right? And I had all this
Right,
expectation
right.
going in, and it did what it did. It didn't do anything for me. Obviously, Jennifer Lawrence blew up, and it was great. Um, but I eventually, fast forward, I found myself out of work for a couple of years,
Wow, wow.
and then I didn't have any money
Right,
because we don't get paid like what they think we get paid, you know.
right, 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 right.
But I found
We're not
myself,
just balling out of control.
yeah, yeah. No, we're not.
Yeah,
I'm trying to fix. I see people saying like the connection's off or
yeah.
something. I'm
Yeah,
trying
they're
to.
talking. They're talking stuff, bro. They're like, man, they're
Yeah.
trying. Yeah, they're
Damn
talking
your
stuff.
connection.
Yeah.
Is it me?
I don't
Hold on a second.
know. I don't know. They blaming it on you, bro. I'm not gonna snitch on myself. They're blaming it on you. Maybe it is me.
Hey
There
man,
it is.
snitches get stitches. Better?
You're a little better. You're a little better. They just want to see
Uh,
your handsome face,
is
bro.
that
They all just want to see your handsome face.
JD using AOL? It said JD using AOL.
Android. They're
Um,
talking shit, bro. Yeah.
I know. I'm trying to get in on
Go,
this. I'm
go.
trying to
Just
get
keep
in on
it.
this.
Yeah, just keep.
We can hear
Yeah,
you
just
though.
keep it
Jay,
moving.
brother, just take the Wi-Fi out. Am I? Oh wait, hold on. You want me to call it? Should I take the Wi-Fi out? Yeah, it is using the Wi-Fi.
See?
Yeah, you know what? Give me 1 second. I'm gonna jump off and jump back on
All
because I
right.
don't want to make everybody all
Yeah, don't
frustrated.
get them pissed
One
off,
second.
bro.
One second.
They got.
1 second.
Yeah, 1 second,
Yeah,
guys.
yeah, yeah,
Yeah, bear
yeah.
with
One
it.
second, guys. I'll be right back.
They're
I'll be
gonna.
right back.
Yeah, they're gonna. Yeah, thank you guys. Enough complaints. Got JD to act accordingly. So hopefully you guys get to see his handsome face that everybody has been asking about. But again, thank you guys. You guys are tuning in from everywhere, from the UK. We got people from Australia. We got people on the East Coast, West Coast. So again, thank you guys. Yeah, and no, that like I said, like I want to have people right here that are talking about real things, right? And a lot of time we get the misconception that here we go. View, where you at, Jay? Come on, Jay. Let me see. Sorry, guys. Let me get this guy up on here. Where you at, brother? Going loud, Jay. Huh. You right there?
Is that better? Is that
Yeah, I
good?
think so. Yeah, yeah.
Okay.
You
Okay.
good? You
I got
good?
off the I got off the Wi-Fi.
Beautiful, beautiful, bro. Yeah, don't piss them off, bro.
Sorry
They've
about
been
that. Hey,
waiting.
they
Yeah.
came at me, man. I was like, oh, horrible. So sorry,
Yeah.
guys. I'm so
Nah, nah, nah,
sorry.
nah. All right, we'll
All right.
continue where we left off on. So
So
you had did that big film. You're out for a couple years. I mean, you're out
yeah.
of work for
Okay.
a couple years. Go ahead.
Okay. So I didn't have any money.
Mm,
All I had was my broken down, Supra, my dog,
mm.
my pity arrow that I rescued, um, and a guitar, and I moved back to my mom's. Moved
Right,
to her garage,
right, right.
and I spent some time, so 2 years without work, and then I thought to myself that I was just going to give up acting, and I thought that
Wow.
maybe it wasn't my path, and so I was going to go back to school. Anyway, to make a long story really short, my mother convinced me to get back into acting. She's like, you have the representation now,
Right.
and you should just go all out, no plan B. So then I said, okay, so now I'm gonna go out, I'll go all out, no plan B. Um, so I call up my manager. I say, I'm ready to go. I want to do this 100%. This is my life. This is what I feel like I'm
Yeah.
meant to do. And she said, okay. And so now the appointments start coming in. But I felt so low in my heart.
Wow.
I
Wow.
didn't have anything to show for it.
Right.
I couldn't even take out a girl if I want, like I
Wow.
was also lonely because I was
Yeah, yeah.
embarrassed. I couldn't ask a girl out and be like, hey,
Right.
let's, can I take you out, and like, you
You didn't
want to
have
come
no
to my mom's
money.
house, and
You didn't have no
you know
money.
I'll be right back. I just got to take out the trash and then it's all good. Um, so
Yeah. This
so
is this is our garage, and it's also my room, right? Was it?
this is my garage, this is my room, and if you need to
This
go
is
to the
everything.
bathroom,
This is
then
just knock on my mom's door. Yeah, yeah.
if you need to go to
Go.
the bathroom, just be quiet because my mom's sleeping. My mom's sleeping. Um, but
Right.
so now I had a problem.
Uh.
My problem was, how do you be confident when you feel like you have nothing?
Mm. Mm. That's
Because
heavy.
now I'm going
Yeah.
into the room. I'm about to go meet with producers,
Yeah.
and
Yeah.
maybe it was, you know John Bernthal, or James Franco, or somebody else
Yeah.
who just went into the room. Well, I
Right.
know what
Right.
they have. You
Yeah.
know, um,
Yeah.
so how do I get that confidence, right?
Mm.
And so I went to lunch with my dad, and I asked him. Um, I told him the problem that I was having with confidence, and I didn't know how to walk into these rooms with my power when I felt like I had nothing.
Mm.
And my dad said something to me that I live by to this day in moments where I get low. And that is, he said, you know, I don't know if this relates, but as a police officer, when I go to the station and I have to do roll call with my officers, I tell them that everybody is out there with a phone and a camera and they're waiting for you to mess up. They're waiting
Mm.
for you to make a mistake. They're watching you. And whatever you have going on in your life, whatever emotion you are feeling, if you're angry or if you're sad or if you're
Mm.
lonely or if you're depressed, before you leave your house, you lock yourself in your room, you close your door, and you deal with it right there.
Mm.
And then you walk out and you
That was
flip that
good.
switch up. You flip that switch on and you
That
go.
was good. Yeah, yeah.
Because he was telling me at the end of the day, they're not going to care.
Nah,
They're
nah.
not going to care. No, the world
Yeah, yeah,
moves.
yeah.
It keeps moving, right? And they will
Right,
find
right.
somebody else. And so for me, that reminded me that especially when it came to business and when it comes to going forward into a place and letting people know that I have something to offer. They want to see somebody who believes in themselves,
For
right?
sure, for sure. They can't believe in you until you believe in yourself, right?
Why are they going to pay you, ask you to represent them, whatever it is? Why are they going to bring you on if they don't feel like you're going to kill it? Like you're going to bring everything that you got, right? You got to
Right,
be confident in
right.
yourself. You got to believe in yourself.
Yeah.
So what I started doing was exactly that. If I had an audition, if I had a meeting, of course I studied for it, I got everything down for it, but I would take an extra 20 minutes and just close the doors, turn everything off, and just sit in silence in my room and think about the emotions I was going through and let myself know that I was enough and
Right,
that it was about maintaining my power and
right,
walking in there and doing something to that room.
right, right,
So,
right. That's beautiful, bro. Thank you, man. Look it. So a lot of these people, a lot of the people on this that are watching this are Mayan fans, right? So I'm gonna
yeah.
get straight to a Mayan question, right?
Yeah,
Like we
let's do
gotta
it.
hit them
Let's
with
do
it,
it.
right?
Yeah,
So
yeah,
a
yeah.
Mayan question: what are one of our favorite scenes? What is your favorite scenes from all the seasons, and what is my favorite scene? And I'm gonna start it off. My favorite scene was the one that me and you did. That was my favorite scene that I did, bro. And I honestly
Yeah.
think that like what everything was there, bro. Like it's sometimes like you know how you get these beautiful scenes sometimes, but you have no but you don't know what's gonna play out that day, right? Like something might be off. You have no
Yeah.
power over it, right? But that night, that day, bro, everything was on.
Yeah.
Everybody was on, bro. And for those that don't know what scene that is, that was on season 1 when I had just killed my mom, and you walk in and we have this conversation, bro. And I know for a fact that I got my nomination because of that scene with you. So thank
Yeah.
you. But I just wanted
Oh,
to go. Yeah,
bro, I mean likewise. That
yeah.
there are two I have two scenes that are my favorite. That one for sure. Um, it was a beautiful moment because what it allowed me to do was, and this is what I learned from Christopher Walken, watching an interview with Benicio del Toro, who talked about something that Christopher Walken shared with him, and that is that if you feel like as a character, as an actor, that you have nothing to do in a scene,
Mm,
then do nothing with power. Be there
mm,
in silence. Be
mm.
still. And so it gave me an opportunity to just listen to you.
Yeah,
I just had to listen. And
yeah,
and when and you were so connected into that character, so connected into that moment. Your dead mother is laying in between us and we're smoking a joint, you
yeah,
know, and
yeah.
and
That shit, that
dude,
shit was ugly, bro.
you
That
know,
shit was
and
ugly.
and it's like my character is having flashbacks of his
Of
own
his
dead mother,
mother. Yeah, yeah, yeah,
and we're talking about life.
yeah, yeah,
It was a beautiful, beautiful scene, man. I couldn't
yeah.
agree with you more.
But what's your second one? He said he had another one. Go ahead.
My second one is spoiler alert, but the season finale, season 2 finale, where I kill um, Miguel's mom.
Oh fuck, that shit was
Um,
heavy, bro. That shit was heavy.
you
Yeah.
know, um, because it's like I realized in that moment the character Easy must have been thinking to himself, like, how did I get here?
Right.
How did it come to this where I'm about to kill a woman? You know?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
and it's not what he saw for his life. And this thing, this obsession of chasing and chasing and chasing the killer of his own mother, um, it came to an end right there.
Right, right, right. And
You know?
when I was watching it, right? Like because your brother and your father are also there, right? They're
Yeah.
there, but they're not in that moment. So it's like everything that has been brought to it, right? Because it wasn't just about you killing her. It was about everything, right?
It was about everything. It
Yeah,
was about everything, and it had to be done. You know,
yeah, yeah.
there was no going back. It was almost like destiny. And and um and for me, I just the way, you know, as actors, what we do with the characters is we try to connect it, right? We try
Right,
to make a connection between ourselves and the characters so that it can be truthful.
right.
And there are just moments, man, where at least I find for myself where I kind of sit back and I say, how did I get here?
Yeah,
And
yeah.
what did I do? Did I miss something? Did I screw something up? Did
Right,
I what is it? Why couldn't my life be something else? You know?
right,
And so I feel like Easy must have been going through that in that
right.
moment. Just you go from all this potential to you're about
That's
to
it.
strangle somebody.
That's it. Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
beautiful. Thank you,
So
bro.
those are my
All
scenes.
right. Yeah, this kind of goes to this is from Cherry042. As actors, is there some type of support when it comes to mental awareness? As one experiences change, what kind of outlets are there in the acting industry? So pretty much like how do we talked about some serious shit right now, right? And what like a lot of people don't know, it's like I think for people that experience it, your body doesn't know a difference, right, Jay? Like
Yeah.
you have to find a way. We all have a way, I think, of coping, but it's all very different. So,
Yeah.
what is your take on that?
You know, my acting, when I found Susan Batson, who became like a personal acting coach for my projects, and then later I met with Greg Braun. But there was something that she told me right from the beginning, because I'm a bit of a method actor in that I have to believe it
Right.
for me to do it, you know,
For sure.
and
For sure.
um because I don't know, that's just me. I know there's
Yeah.
Meisner, there's all these other techniques, but if I can't see it, I how can I expect you to see it? You know?
Right.
So I have to believe it. And I used to torture myself in the beginning, brother.
Mm. Mm. Mm.
I
Yeah.
used to like whatever I had
Her.
to do.
Yeah. 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 Yeah.
Oh man, you know, it's like, and I'll still do that, you know what I mean? Like maybe for not as long,
But we know ourselves though. We're
but
seasoned now.
but before it would just bleed into my life.
Right. Right.
And Susan would tell me, keep the drama in the work. You know, she's like a 70-year-old woman. She's like, keep the drama in the work, JD. You know, like don't
Right.
in other words, don't
Don't.
make
Yeah.
drama out of your life, because life is
For sure.
dramatic. Life
For
is going to
sure.
be
For
up,
sure.
life is
For
going to be
sure.
down, you're going to get sick. Look at what's going on right now. Like life is going to do that for you, you
Right.
know?
Right.
So don't on purpose, don't forcefully try to create drama. And I would do that,
Right.
man. Like I would take the
Right.
character and I would, whatever relationship I was in, get
Mess
into a,
it up.
I'd get in a
Yeah.
fight with my girlfriend, you know, just to, even if I knew I was wrong, I try to push it and push it and push it. And
Right.
it's like,
Right.
because I felt like I could use it. And looking back at that, and you learn just how damaging that is.
For
You
sure.
know,
For sure.
that's not acting, dude.
Right.
That's,
Right. And what I love about our show, bro, is that you have seasoned actors, right? You have new actors, but you have a group of seasoned actors, and like we know this, right? So it's like it's just so beautiful to know that that comfort is there, Jay. And I
yeah,
think that that is also instilled in our set, right? Like And it's not always like that, right? Like you could be in doing a film or a TV show somewhere else, right? And there's nobody that really is there to talk to you about what we're talking about. So I think that's a beauty that we have on our set also.
Well, because also, honestly, I feel like the business doesn't care.
Hell
You
no, they don't
know,
care. Hell no,
they
no,
don't
not at
care.
all.
You know,
Yeah,
there might be more in place right now because people have messed up and people have gotten fired, you know, on all these other shows. You know, you see
right,
these
right,
actors do these things. And so, you know, the tolerance for it has gone down.
right,
But
right,
overall, you and I could be doing whatever we want to do.
right,
And
right,
as long as we're in front of that camera and we perform. So it's
right.
on us with the kind of life that we want to live. And I
Yeah,
knew that as a father, um, you know, I couldn't go home like that.
right,
You know,
right, right,
you got to do whatever it is you have to do. Whether you're an officer, whether you're a doctor, a nurse, a teacher, whatever it is, where
right,
you don't want to bring that home, you know? So for me, it was like, what can I use? And in the same way that I will use music to like enhance my imagination and to get into character when I'm on the way to work, I will
right.
also get in the car and I will use music to get myself out of it, you know,
Yeah, yeah.
just step by step, man, just
I,
releasing and letting it go. I'm not
I,
perfect. I'm not perfect. Like
yeah, for sure.
sometimes I walk into like I'm in a grocery store or I'm somewhere, you know, and some dude will say something. I'm like, "What's up? What'd you know?" Like all of a sudden, I'm like,
Right.
"Oh yeah, like okay, you know,
Yeah, calm down, easy. Calm down.
calm
You're
down,
not
dude."
easy. Hey, but I remember there was this key moment. I think we wrapped season one or season two, and it was already the wrap, right? And like I
Yeah,
checked in on you, right? I checked in on you because I know if I was feeling some shit, then for sure you were feeling some shit, right? And like it was like 2 weeks after. 2 weeks after, and like and we were still in that space, right?
yeah,
Because we have lived in the most traumatic circumstances for 4 to 5 months, right? So it's not easy to just get back. And I remember I hit you up and you're like, hey, bro, I went to the beach and I jumped in the water. And
yeah,
I was like, that's good, bro. That's what
yeah,
you're supposed to do, right?
yeah. You
And,
know, it was like I think I told I was locked up. I was locked up, and this is a struggle for me. Every time I finish a project, I fall into some sort of depression. I don't
mm,
know what it is. Maybe I was just so go 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 throughout the whole thing.
for sure.
And so like the adrenaline is always pumping. You
Yeah,
know, it's
yeah.
like we go to sleep at midnight or we go to sleep at 1, wake up at 4 a.m. Got to
And back
start, got to
up.
get ready, got to go to the gym, got to get, you know,
Yeah,
go do your thing. And so there's adrenaline. There's also you're playing somebody else for such a long time.
right,
You're around all these people. It's like an affair. You know what I
right.
mean? Like it's like a brief love affair. You know, it's like we're all there. It's hot and it's heavy, and then all of a sudden, boom, it's gone, and
It's gone.
you're in a
Yeah,
whirlwind. Your mind is spinning, and 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 so I would always fall into some sort of depression, whether it's like my body getting sick, like I'll get a cold. You
yeah,
know, I'll
yeah.
rap and I'll
I
get a
remember
cold,
that.
or
I remember that. Yeah,
you
yeah,
know, it's like clockwork, brother. It just happens.
yeah, yeah.
And at least I recognize it now. I'm aware of it. And so what I told you was, we went to go see some friends, and at their beach, they lived close to the beach out in Oxnard, and it was cold. It was like, you know, still fall or something like that,
Yeah,
you know. And people were walking the beach, and like some people went in and got into the water. And usually I'm like, dude, it's cold, man. I'm not going in
right.
there.
Yeah,
But I just said, I don't know, like the wind it was like hitting me right. It was a beautiful day, and I just said, I don't care. I'm gonna go
yeah.
jump in, and I unlocked myself by doing
That's
that.
it.
You know what I
That's
mean?
it.
Like
That's
just
it. Yeah.
throwing myself in nature, and I think that that's a lesson too. Like nature can is a great healer,
Right, right,
and
right.
you know people would tell me. I think you were telling me too. Like whatever it is,
Yeah, yeah,
if you
yeah.
gotta take a walk, go to a trail, go to a park, go
Right,
take a walk,
right, right.
go camping.
Yeah,
You know,
yeah. You had did that, and I had just went to Yosemite for my first time.
right?
That's what had happened. I was up in Yosemite, and that's around the same time. But
Yeah.
no, that's it, bro. Like we have to. So no, thank you, bro. Thank you. So this one's go. This is from Donna R. Donna R.
Donna R.
This Donna R. You know what Donna R? You know what Donna R is? Donna R.
Oh,
Hi,
Donna.
His Holiness, the Dalai Lama posted on 5/2/20, in this time of serious crisis with COVID, that we need to reach out to each other with compassions, since we all may be experiencing the same fears, hopes, and uncertainties. My question for you, JD, how do you feel about compassionate resilience currently? Humankind, it's a good one, bro. It's a good one. And what I love about this right now is like, this is the real stuff that's happening, right? Like, we might think that things have not changed, or but things have changed, eh? It's
Things
not the
have
same.
changed. No, it's not the same. And even when it opens up
It's
again
not
and
gonna
we
be,
get
yeah.
back, I keep hearing people say, I can't wait for it to go back to normal.
Right.
But what was normal?
What was normal,
Your
right?
distractions, those were
you
all
you you
distractions.
you running to be this thing that you thought you had to be, right?
You're doing whatever it is that you feel like you have to do. Obviously, we have to pay bills and we have to
Right, for
live and we have
sure,
to do
for
like that.
sure. Yeah, yeah,
But you're also either buying things or doing things that you think that you need. And I'm not going to speak for people. I'll speak for myself. But
for sure.
a part of it is to like you're compensating for something, right?
Mm,
And
mm,
so then now all of a sudden all that stuff is taken away and you go through withdrawals, you go through a depression, you go through a
right.
place of like what is going on because you're stuck with yourself now.
Yeah, yeah. You're
There
not
is
you're not
you're
facing this, right? You're go doing this other thing, and
Yeah,
denying all this shit that's going on with you.
yeah, you're denied, and now guess what? You're forced to face it.
Now
You're
you're
forced
forced
to
to face
deal
it.
with it,
Yeah.
you know? And that was tough. Like even for me because I
Mm,
have my distractions. Um but that's exactly what it is. It's compassion.
mm,
I think the first thing to do is like what I did because I'm tough on myself, right?
right.
Like if I get depressed or if I go through those withdrawals and I'm just like, man, why can't I get it together? Why am I thinking these thoughts? And I say like, damn, man, you're weak. Why are you so
Mm,
weak? Why can't you be
right.
this? Why can't you be that? I
Right.
think the first thing you got to do is be compassionate to yourself.
For sure. For
And you
sure.
have to say, you know what, this is okay. I'm going through it. That's
Right.
all this is. It's a
Right.
transition. And transitions are never easy.
Yeah.
One person told me one time that it's like, those old stereos where you turn the knob and you can hear the music. And
Yeah.
so
Yeah. Yeah.
so at first you're hearing a song, right? But
Yeah.
then you go to the next station and it's like until you
Yeah.
find and you're barely hearing something and then finally you get to the next station. Now you can hear it clearly.
Mm,
And
mm,
that's what transitions are.
yeah.
Transitions are we're not hearing, we're not seeing the way we did before and we get confused by it. So we're going to keep moving until you hear something clear. You're going to
Right.
land. You're
Right.
going to land on your feet, I guess is what I'm trying to say, which is why it's important to be understanding to yourself, be
Right.
compassionate with yourself, forgive yourself and say it's
Right.
okay. And then like you would do to a sick child, you're
Mm,
not going to say, why are you sick? You're not going to do that. You're going to say you
yeah.
want some soup, you need to lay down, you need this, you
Right.
need that.
Right.
Sometimes you got to do that for yourself
Yeah.
to
And
just
I
get
think
yourself moving.
and I think prior to this, right, we never really thought we had the time to do that for ourselves. You feel
And now
me?
it's
Right?
important. Now, yeah, yeah,
And so it's forming, right? This thing that seems so that it's flowing so easily out of you, right? But it's so hard because you are foreign to it, bro. We are
yeah,
foreign to truly loving ourselves, which is
yeah.
kind of sad.
It is sad. It is sad. But that's
Yeah.
where, loving yourself truthfully, like in
Mm,
the truth, um, finding joy within yourself, whatever
mm,
that is, you got to find it. And if you can't find it, you don't know what it is right now, it's okay. But just
right.
keep looking,
That's
keep
good.
looking
That's
for it and
good.
keep asking
That's good.
yourself questions
That's good.
because
Yeah.
because I can promise you this.
Yeah.
There's no difference between us and somebody who delivers for Arrowhead or works at UPS or whatever it is. Like
That's
this is
good.
a it's our passion, it's also our job, but we all
Right.
feel the same, we all think the same. There is
Right. Right.
nothing that you and I can do outside of ourselves that we
Right.
can't look for happiness out there. It's not going to do it. It's not going to do
Yeah.
it for us.
Right.
Because
Right.
look what this pandemic did. It took it away.
They
And
took it
then
away. So, hey,
people are freaking out because it's like, oh, that used to be my thing.
but
It
it wasn't
distracted.
true happiness. It wasn't
Right.
true happiness, right? Because if it could be taken away in an instant, then it wasn't true happiness, right?
It's not true, man. It's not true.
But
It's
yeah,
not
and I
true.
think yeah, and I think what we're talking about is that the true happiness and the true love is within.
Right. It is within.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
it's within other people. And I think that it's not just a matter of being compassionate with yourself, but it's being compassionate with other people. This is a
Mm.
tough time,
Yeah.
you know? I mean, I
Yeah.
found myself saying like I had a moment where I was like a little angry because we talked about energy, we talked about our time,
Right.
right? And it's like, man, like why couldn't I be on my own? You know, why do I have to take care of, you know, my daughter or, you know, like because that's time, that's effort, you know, and then so for me, for a split second there, I was like, why are people who are like who don't have any responsibilities, why are they complaining?
Mm. That's it.
And then,
Yeah.
you
Yeah.
know,
Yeah.
like you shouldn't be complaining. You have time, you have
Yeah.
energy and time to do the things that you need to do. But
Right.
then it hit me. I was like, well, that's not even the right attitude. That's not even the right compassion
Right.
because we all
Right. Right.
process
Right.
things differently,
For sure.
you know,
Right.
and we all need help. We all need help. And so I think it's just understanding that even today, if you go outside or you go to the grocery store or wherever it is, you know, and it's like people are in different places, man, mentally.
Right.
Some people
Right.
are really struggling. Some people aren't. Some people believe this COVID is the end of the world. Some people think it's fake news. Just
Right.
whoever you come across of, just be compassionate and just
Yeah.
understand that they're going through their thing and it has nothing to do with you.
Right, right, right. Yeah, no, right on, bro. All right, here we go. Childer Doodles, Childer, how much personal influence do you get on your character's background, portrayal? How much of that personal investment in a role versus acting technique? So, how much comes from us and how much comes from the gimmicks, the
Well, look,
tricks?
it always starts with you, right?
Yeah,
It always starts
right,
with you. You know this. I mean, it starts with when you read a script or you know you're going to audition for a character, even you're researching that character, you're already imagining the character, you're you're playing around with it in your head, you know, and then you're like I said, you're connected with something within yourself, right? So you're
right,
giving
right.
it life. um
Yeah,
so after you give it life, but then this is where, you know, technique is an issue, right? Like you
right,
do have to
right,
have technique, you have to understand the camera, you know, you have
right.
to understand how to hit your mark. You know, you have to understand all those things because otherwise it's not going to get seen, you know, on
Yeah,
film. So it's a combination of doing the work for, you know, for yourself, for the character, imagining, creating, and then it's about craft,
yeah,
right?
yeah. No, yeah. I mean, you're a master at it, bro. Like when I, first seeing you, like you've been around it so long that you understand what you need. What do you say about the camera? They're like the camera. What is it? The camera will find you. You have these like little snappy ass comments when you're
Oh.
out there. The camera, like, what do you say? You be, I be
is
tripping
it
out.
is
I just
it
be quiet. I be quiet in the
I
back, bro. When you be talking to the actors, bro, I be quiet right there. Just
Oh,
all
I don't
right.
know. I don't know, man. I say some weird things on set. You know, I don't know. I say, you know, I can imagine I annoy a lot of people. Um, you
Yeah.
know, I say a lot of things.
Don't don't find the if the camera don't see you. If you don't
I
see
just
the
say
camera, yeah, there you go.
I don't I forget what do I say? I don't know,
If you
man,
don't see
but
the camera don't see you. That's what you say.
yeah,
You
yeah,
said it like yeah.
yeah, like you can't hide behind people. You know,
There you go.
you
There you
gotta
go.
you gotta find your space. You gotta
Yeah.
find the camera. You know,
Yeah.
it's like find the camera, you know,
Find the damn camera. Find
and
the
then
damn camera.
once you find the camera, don't do anything.
Stay.
Let the camera will do its thing. You know,
Yeah. Yeah. Beautiful.
camera
Yeah.
doesn't lie. The camera
Yeah.
doesn't lie. We know, we see it when somebody's phoning it in.
Yeah, yeah,
even when you hear like a politician or somebody speak on the news or whatever it is, you know when they're fake. You know when there's
yeah,
like you feel it.
yeah,
So be honest, be grounded, and find the
yeah.
fucking camera.
All right, Trip. All right, so this is Mac Artist. Overall, what do you say you have become more grateful? What would you say that you have been more grateful about these times right now? And then it's on second part, because you are a role model. What have you done in your community to contribute to others during the pandemic? So we could kind of go where you want with it. But what is something that you're gonna take being grateful? Are you gonna be grateful for anything after this?
Man, that's a great question.
I think
I
I'll start.
Yeah.
I'll start. Right, like my children, like the time that I have spent with my family is a time that would never have been right. And like just being able to be with them for those times, right? Like, and I think this is the next level of manhood, And I'm a father and I'm a husband, so I think that this is just took it to the next level for me. So I think I'm really gonna be grateful because in our industry, bro, like we don't stop, right? And like right
Right.
after you shoot, then you're on a campaign for the season, right? You're on
Yeah.
press, right? So you don't have time to really spend with our with the family, and I know that also. So I think for me, it would be this time that I'm able to spend with my family.
Yeah, I'm with you 100%. That's
Yeah,
that's that's a big one. Right now, I am grateful. Um, I'm grateful that we have a job to go to.
for sure, for sure.
I know there's so many people out there that lost their job, especially in the service industry, with the restaurants
Yeah,
closing and a lot of things like that. Um, I'm grateful for the time I'm able to spend with my family.
that's good. Yeah, yeah.
Because like you said, we're always on the go, you know.
Right, right, right.
It's hard to maintain that connection. It's hard to, um, and I think I said this to you, like when my daughter goes, when we drop her off to school, right? When we drop our kids off to school, and then we go do our thing, as fathers, and then we come back and we pick them up, and it's like his life is just moving, right?
Right,
And and since they shut the schools down, it's like you got to teach your kids.
right.
And so just taking that time and seeing how they learn, seeing how they process. And I think I said to you, like, my daughter's grown leaps and bounds,
For sure.
just from the amount of time that I spent with her. Um, it was such a reminder to me of just they're sponges,
Right,
they're these little
right, right,
tiny sponges, and they soak everything in, and um, they're so interested in
right.
you, and that's all
Yeah,
they want is your time. It's like it could be anything. It could be something so silly, and it means so much. And so I think that this is a blessing in disguise in the sense that it's it's put a pause on our work, and
yeah.
rather than me busying myself out there trying to get the next job or thinking about the next meeting to have or whatever it is, like I'm home and I'm
Right,
I'm with
right.
her.
Yeah, and I think also like we've actually seen what we're capable of, right? We've seen that we're never before this, we never thought we would ever not be able to go to work, right? We never thought that we would have to stay home with our children. We never thought that we would have to wait at lines at grocery stores but now it has shown us that like, oh, things could change in a dramatic way and we could adapt to it. So there's
That's
just
that's
so
what it
many
is.
key,
That's what
right?
it is, and that's what you said is adapting. And I think I told you that when I was doing some screenwriting at UCLA that I saw this thing in an elevator that really hit me, and it was that the the person that's going to survive is not the smartest, they're not the strongest, but it's the person that's most willing to adapt.
Mm, mm, mm.
That's the
Yeah,
person, you
right,
know. And so, like I said, like we've had our moments, right, with confusion, fear, withdrawals,
right, right.
addictions to whatever distraction that we have out there, and all of a sudden we're stuck with ourselves and we have to face ourselves. And and then it just becomes that process of patience, and then just saying, okay, how do I adapt? Because normal is gone. There is no more
Right.
normal. When we open up again, it's going to be different. It's not going to be the same. So what can I learn right now? What can I take with me right now in this moment to move forward and come out of this thing better?
Right. Right. Okay. All right. All right. So I got a personal question.
Yeah.
So did you go vegan or you didn't go vegan?
Oh man. No,
You said you were gonna go
I
vegan, bro.
know, I know, I know, I know.
I rep this vegan life, bro. I'm seven
I
years
know
in, all
you
right? So
I know
so
you
I
do.
just
I'm a hypocrite, bro. I'm so sorry. You know, um you know what it is? Look, I want to go vegan. I have a desire to go vegan. I really do, man. And it's really hard, like especially if I go see my mother and my
all right.
dad, from Argentina, El Salvador, they don't believe in
Yeah.
that stuff, you know what I mean?
Hell
Like
no. Hell
nah,
no.
they believe
Yeah.
in meat. They believe in meat.
Carne.
Um,
Carne
Carne,
asada,
man,
right?
it's all, whether it's the pupusas or whether it's
Some tamales,
some steak
some
picado, whatever it
some
is.
birria. Go, yeah, yeah. All right,
And
all right, all right.
I just haven't found, it takes a lot of work and a lot of planning to
There you
plan
go.
out my meals to make sure that I'm getting the amount of calories that I'm supposed to get,
All
because
right.
it's tough. For me, it's tough like that. Like
Yeah, yeah.
I would
You got
have to
some.
I would have to eat like 2 bowls of green peas to like get the protein that I need in the one meal. And
No, no,
you
it's
can
true, it's
do it,
true.
but it takes. I'm working on it. I
All
really
right,
am.
all right.
I have a
Yeah. No,
desire.
I mean, me and the guys, we're happy, bro. We're like half and half now. Like the vegans and the carnivores are like half and half on the Mayans, right? So I was happy that you were coming to this side, but it's all right, bro. We'll wait for you.
Hey, but I'm trying. I go back and forth.
All right, all right.
Yeah.
Do you feel different? You've been vegan for a few days though,
Yeah. Oh,
right?
have more energy, 100%.
All right, all right. We'll just stay. We'll
100%.
put. Okay, and I think that's pretty much we're wrapping up with the questions, right? But I want
Yeah.
people to know, like, that you're like Bobby Fischer, bro. Like you're like the chess player, right? Like a lot of people don't know that. So I'm gonna put you on blast, bro. Like you pretty much spanked everybody on set. Like I thought that I had been in prison and I was gonna whoop you. I really thought that, like, man, JD can't. I spent years in prison, right? And like so you did that, bro. And I just wanna like let people know that like you're just like on a whole other level. So and then but what I don't like is that you try to fish people to play you chess and you're like, oh, I'm all right. And when you know that
No,
you're gonna
no, 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 no. Like, look,
bro, I
look,
had to
look.
save Noel G. Noel G I wasn't gonna let you do that to him. You
Bro,
were
he was
gonna
talking. No, 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 no. Hold on, hold on, hold on. No, dude, he was talking shit. He was talking shit.
yeah.
So he just had to, like, I just had to blast that dude. I was like, let's go ahead and do this. I'm about to embarrass you. Like, you talking all this stuff right now. But no, 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 no. Look, I don't know. I think for me, it was just, especially in that first season, I was just trying to find a way to connect, with
Right, right,
everybody.
right, 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 right.
Find something. I mean, we even played like movie games, right? Remember?
Yeah, yeah,
We
yeah,
were like say an actor, and then you like say what movie he was in, like go around, and
yeah,
it's just all about connection, man. And honestly, I get beat just as much as I win. So
yeah. No,
you
thank you,
know,
bro. Thank you just for holding it down, and just truly grateful for your friendship, Jay. But I think we're gonna wrap up, bro. If you want to leave us with anything, but just everybody really appreciates you letting us do this.
thanks, man. Yeah, I guess, like I said, the thing that kind of gets me through these tough times is reminding myself what the big picture is,
Mm, mm,
so
mm,
that I don't
mm.
get all, because if I get depressed, if I get down, then I don't do the little things. And doing the little things right leads to doing big things, right?
Mm.
And
Yeah,
so for me, it's like, have that image, feed yourself that image, whatever it is, how you want to be, how you want to look physically when we get out of this, or what you
right.
want to study, because if you can hold on to that and you can have faith on that and stay connected to your spirit, um, then you're going to do the things to get there. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
you can't do anything. You're not going to go anywhere just by thinking and wishing. You got to actually
Yeah.
do it. And that's really tough, and I get it. And I guess I just want people to know that, like you, like we're like them. You know,
Yeah. Yeah.
we have our ups, we have our downs, we have our weaknesses, we have our moments. Um, and you know, if you got to talk to somebody like I'm talking to you, you know, if you got to
Mm.
find somebody to help keep you accountable, to encourage you and support you, it's okay. It's okay to say
Yeah.
you're feeling weak, and it's okay to say, man, I need something to lift me up, dude. This is what I'm going
Yeah.
through, and do you have anything? So
Yeah. Thank you, bro.
reach out to your friends, reach out to your family. Um, if they're not around, I'm sure there's, you know, there's hotlines, there's, you know, for you can call and just like
Mm.
just talk to somebody, 'cause sometimes that's what you need to do, and it's okay.
Good. Good. Thank you, bro. Thank you for those words. And
Thanks,
you guys
brother.
continue to have a blessed one. And hope to see you soon, huh?
Love you guys. Thank you so
All
much.
right. All right, brother. Love you, huh?
Love you, bro.